just before the dawn. I'm on my way, on my way, on my way.
Good morning. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Dwayne. How are you this morning? Happy Church Day, says Dwayne. Yes, happy Church Day to you as well, my friend. Are you getting ready to hit the road and head off to church this morning? If so, it's chilly to get the day started, but at least we have plenty of sunshine here this morning, and it's going to be turning out to be an absolutely beautiful day around East Tennessee as we get the day started. So really, hopefully you have a chance to get out and enjoy that. Hopefully you enjoyed your Saturday. It was a bit on the cooler side, but today we will be trending a little bit warmer, and we'll do that again throughout the day tomorrow. I want to start you off with the time lapse here this morning from Hardin Valley. Cool watching the near full moon yesterday. The day before yesterday. This is yesterday's time lapse anyways. We had a few fair weather cumulus clouds developing. Clouds kind of stuck around for a good chunk of the day, and then they started to break up, kind of depending on where you live. Upper East Tennessee and the mountain counties saw the clouds a little bit longer, and then we ended up with a beautiful day like that. Look at the sun setting off in the western sky from Hardin Valley. Just turned out to be an absolutely beautiful day. Now out there this morning, we've got a great sunrise taking shape here across the area. We showed you what it looked like in Clinton here at the beginning of the show. And that's a live look now in Hardin Valley this morning. So a nice, quiet, but chilly start to the day. So your weather headlines: sunny skies and warmer temperatures today. Breezy, increasing clouds with light rain showers Monday night and a Tuesday morning. And then a quiet, relatively quiet week with a couple of rain chances. We're also highlighting that all-important Easter weekend. Just 1 week away is going to be Easter. By the way, what's in your cup of what do you have drinking this morning? Are you drinking a cup of Joe? And if so, what kind is it? What kind is it? All right, let's move right along, shall we? We'll take you to the 7-day forecast here. And as we highlight that in a lot more detail, we're going to have warming temperatures all the way through Monday. Monday is going to be 10 degrees warmer than what we will be today. Then we'll drop those temperatures behind Monday night's cold front into the mid-60s Tuesday, Wednesday. And then a ridge of high pressure starts to build on in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and yes, even on Easter Sunday, which we'll highlight that forecast in just a moment. But we do have a chance for a couple of showers, maybe Friday night and Saturday, maybe Saturday night and a Sunday morning. Maybe a couple of pop-up showers on Saturday, but not expecting a whole lot of activity here for the upcoming holiday weekend, which is great news to pass along. All right, this morning, if you're getting ready to hit the road, step outside, go to church, you're letting the dogs out, maybe grabbing the Sunday newspaper. Do you grab the Sunday newspaper anymore? Do you still subscribe to the Sunday newspaper or the newspaper every single day? Either way, all right, temperatures in the low 30s from Crossville, Scott County, Morgan County. We're in Campbell, also Claiborne, even the upper 20s from the Tri-Cities area over into Hawkins, Hancock counties. You come down to the Central Valley, temperatures in the mid-30s. And again, you got to realize just because air temperature that's measured about 4 feet off the ground is measuring the mid-30s doesn't necessarily mean that the surface is not, especially those colder surfaces, metal surfaces, are not 32 degrees. As cold air is heavy, it's dense, it sinks. And so while air temperatures may not show that you may have some frost out there, I would imagine that you do have some frost. If you've already gotten to your car, you stepped outside, you looked outside, do you have frost? Temperatures this morning are trending a little bit colder in most locations, a few degrees warmer up across parts of the central and northern plateau and the western valley. So the forecast for the day today, yesterday we only made it into the mid to upper 50s. Today we're talking lunchtime temperatures in the mid 50s. Forecast highs will be in the mid to upper 60s with abundant sunshine throughout the day today. So great day to get out and do some yard work if that's what you're going to be doing. That is what the Witchers are going to be doing. I think we're going to hit church later on this morning and then come back and start to work in the yard. Got some yard cleanup still. There goes our departing low pressure system. Back behind it, nice little ridge of high pressure builds on in. Notice that low across the northern tier in the Great Lakes area. That's going to be our next system that's going to draw a cold front through Monday night and a Tuesday morning. But as I mentioned, it's relatively moisture starved. Here's that futurecast Monday night. Picking up our timeline at 7 o'clock, running you through Tuesday morning. And just a couple of wee bit showers. Just a few wee bit showers. We'll start off Monday with a few clouds hanging out with us. Not a lot of wraparound moisture. This is going to be a pretty quick moving system. So we're not talking about a lot of wraparound moisture, which is what we saw yesterday in the previous day. But so I think we're going to see increasing sunshine throughout the day on Tuesday. And then that ridge of high pressure starts to build on in. Clearly, we're not going to get a lot of rainfall. This takes us all the way through Tuesday night. But again, it's really Monday night, Tuesday morning that we'll see a little bit of light rain. Less than a tenth looking likely at this point of the game. And when you break it down day versus night, when you're talking rainfall, again, most of our action is going to be Monday night, Tuesday morning. At 20% on Tuesday is basically first thing in the morning. Then we dry out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday night into Saturday, may see a couple of spotty showers. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that as we get closer to the weekend. But as we highlight your Easter weekend forecast, Friday we're at 78. Saturday we're at 79. Easter Sunday we're right around 75. And Friday morning lows will be in the 40s. Saturday's lows will be in the 50s. And Sunday's lows, if you're doing a sunrise Easter service, should be right around 60 degrees. That's going to feel fantastic for those sunrise services. I know a lot of folks going to be doing some cool things. And I know there's a lot of events, a lot of sunrise services around East Tennessee. So hopefully you have a chance to grab one of those sunrise services. Back to the 7-day forecast, just to highlight that once again. Warmer today, tomorrow, cooler Tuesday, Wednesday. Then we start to warm right back up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Above and beyond the 7-day forecast, here's a little bit of a change, actually, based on some of the latest model guidance. Not temperature-wise. Temperature-wise, we're probably trending about average for your 6 to 10-day outlook. And your 8 to 14-day outlook, we may be trending above average, which, of course, an average high is 70 degrees. When you look at rain, though, this has changed from what we were talking about yesterday. And some of the latest model guidance, I was looking at it. And it does look like we are, after the 7-day forecast, we're going to have rounds and rounds of rain headed our way. Some of the latest model guidance, though, probably over the next 2 weeks, 7 days past the 7-day forecast anyways, we actually may see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. So it does look like a few more disturbances will start to slide their way on through. Now, of course, if we warm those temperatures up, we're in spring, and we're nearing the middle and latter part of the month anyways, above and beyond the 7-day. And I think we actually could see some showers and thunderstorms that may be developing around the area. So we'll keep you posted on that. Eva says, this is my kind of weather. I'm right there with you. Went out to the orange and white game yesterday with Julie and her family. So big shout out to Julie and her family this morning. Have you ever been out to the orange and white game? I'll just leave my thoughts right there. I'm not going to I'm going to really say my thoughts. A football game is way more fun. Let's just say that. Like a real football game is a lot more fun. But it was cool to get out there in the shade. It was kind of cool and chilly, but in the direct sunlight in Neyland Stadium, it kind of got a little toasty. And that's why I've always said sunny and 65 is actually like the perfect day, because you can step into the shade and you cool off a little bit. You go back in the sunlight and you're like, okay. It's a little bit warmer. First cup of coffee has a shot of chocolate caramel creamer. Second cup is black. There you go, Dwayne. My coffee this morning is cinnamon sugar donut. Ooh, that sounds good. Mine is it's like chocolate nibs and vanilla. No, chocolate nibs and caramel. But it's black, so it's just the flavor of the coffee. Pretty good stuff, though, this morning. Started my coffee and eager to work outside some today, says Felicia. Yeah, it's going to be a great day to do so. Good morning, Amy. How are you this morning? No paper for Donna. Cost too much for less news. Do we have less news, though? Yeah. I don't know. Some people, I still have friends that are still diehards. They get the Sunday paper, they sit down, have their cup of coffee and some breakfast on a Sunday morning, and read the paper. I haven't purchased a paper in years. Good morning, Kathy. How are you this morning? Got Donna joining us from Glendale, Greenback area. Jason, first cup, free rain, light roast. Nice. That's a good one. I've had that stuff before. That's a good little cup of coffee right there, I would say. Morning, Kathy. How are you this morning? We got Sue joining us as well from Wares Valley. It's going to be a beautiful day in Wares Valley. Was it busy in Wares Valley yesterday, or did that just stay on the other side? On the other side in Pigeon Forge, Sevierville with the Rod Run, and Gatlinburg, of course. Thousands and thousands of people in Sevier County. Hundreds of thousands, anyways, for the Rod Run. Got our first baseball game at the at the new baseball stadium coming up in just 2 days. Anybody going to go see the Smokies play? Good morning, Carol. How are you this morning? Frost at your house in Parrotsville this morning. All right, in Cott County. Good morning, Missy. And good morning. The Daily Times has had as few as 4 pages. No coffee here, but green tea. Well, good morning, Donna. Gorgeous sunrise taking shape. Let's talk about those national holidays for the day today. Read over a couple of them. Not all of them. But here are your national holidays today. Of course, if you're celebrating birthdays and events, Tom was celebrating a birthday yesterday. Tom, if you're joining us this morning, I don't know, I haven't seen you on here. Hopefully you had a good birthday yesterday. If you got any events going on here today, of course, it's, I think today's Palm Sunday, isn't it? Today is Palm Sunday. So lots of palms being handed out at church probably today. It's National Boring Queeners Day. Boring Queeners Day. Do you know what that is? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Boring Queeners Day. I had to read about it because I did not know what this was about. But on April 13th, National Boring Queeners Day recognizes the sacrifices of the Puerto Rican regime or regiment of the Volunteer Infantry. Today, the regiment is designated the 65th Infantry Regiment of the United States Army. Did you know these things? The more you know. That's why we do national holidays. Sometimes it's things that like, I didn't know that, or I'd forgotten about that, or It's National Make Lunch Count Day. All right, this is a good one, by the way. All right, on April 13th, we have the opportunity to break the trend that has been occurring around the country by joining National Make Lunch Count Day. According to a recent study commissioned by TGI Fridays, we'll see, this seems a little biased here. The majority of the U.S. workers suffer from FOLO. Not FOMO, which I have, but FOLO, otherwise known as fear of lunching out. Many workers eat lunch at their desk at least twice a week. Where do you eat lunch? Do you eat lunch at work? Do you eat lunch out? While 1/3 have lunch at their desk every day of the week. Don't fear lunching out. Don't fear lunching out any longer, right? Taking a break from the workday improves productivity. That's true. That includes taking a lunch break, leaving the office, or even your desk for 20 to 30 minutes to refuel. Also reinvigorates the creature juices, the creative juices anyways. Our brains and bodies need the daily break. When you return, you'll be refreshed and ready for new ideas and approaches to whatever your job throws your way. So take a lunch break. Although it is rather expensive. Carol says, I agree with Donna. Let's see what Donna say. You agree with Donna. We couldn't talk to our pro weatherman with a newspaper. No, that's true. That is true. I appreciate you, Carol. It was a nice dry day in the valley yesterday. Good morning, Mark. How are you this morning? The garden is calling me to come play. Yes, I think we're going to work on our garden today as well. Get the dirt in there. Get the dirt. Anyways, do you eat lunch at work or do you take a lunch break and go eat out every day? Eating out every day is rather expensive. It's National Peach Cobbler Day. I'm going to give a big shout out to that. I love peach cobbler. Some fresh ice cream, some fresh peaches. Go get you some Georgia's peaches or South Carolina peaches. I've heard are amazing, but better yet, how about some Palisade peaches from Grand Junction, Colorado, Palisade, Colorado on the western slope. They're known for their peaches, by the way. High desert peaches, super juicy because it's hot in the summertime. You get those warm, dry, sunny days. Cool, crisp nights. It really helps to pop the juice out of those peaches. If you've never had them, check them out. Palisade peaches. Go look it up online. National Thomas Jefferson Day. Big shout out to Thomas Jefferson. Rest in peace, sir. All right, National Scrabble Day. Anybody like Scrabble? I do actually like playing Scrabble. I'm not very good at it because I don't necessarily know that my vocabulary, or at least the spelling, is all there. And so you're always like, that's not a word. And if you do play Scrabble, are you allowed to cheat? Like, look up the spelling of a word, or is that full-on cheating? I don't know. There are different rules on different families. Different families, different rules. Let's take it back outside. Live look at Monroe County Airport in Madisonville. Look at that sunrise taking shape. Ah. Just so nice. We should just leave that up on the screen for a second while I continue to look at chat. Lunch and every day of the week sounds week on the deck sounds wonderful. Lunch and every day of the week on the deck sounds great. Yes, it does. As long as the weather, is okay. Every day should be a peach cobbler day, says the transplant from Michigan. So good, though, isn't it? Warm peach cobbler with fresh vanilla ice cream on top. Fresh? Well, homemade vanilla ice cream is always the best. Your mom was a Scrabble master. I have played against some Scrabble masters, and I'm like, that's not a word. Then you look it up in the dictionary, and you're like, never mind. Lance's birthday is tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, Lance. And then a week from Moira's 13th birthday. Ooh, the big 13. You've almost got yourself a teenager, Felicia. I've got some friends with some teenagers. All I got to say is good luck. Were we like that as kids? Yes, of course we were. Those little young kid hormones get going like crazy. Then they start to be too cool for us in school, right? Hopefully that doesn't happen. Good morning, Jerry. Fishing time, says Kathy. Ooh, there we go. Gonna do some fishing today. Are you? I was talking to a guy the other day that actually, speaking of fishing, have you ever heard of bow fishing? I've never heard of this before. I've heard of noodling or just fishing, but not bow fishing. He actually goes out at nighttime and they shoot carp, I guess. They use a bow and arrow on a fishing line attached to a reel, and they shoot it with a bow and arrow. And allegedly, I've not looked this up to confirm, but he says that it is a invasive species. And so TWRA says, shoot them all you want. You can and just throw them back. Shoot them and throw them back. Look at that sunrise. That sunrise is awesome. That was the answer to peach cobbler. Yum, she says. There we go. Yum, says Carol. With a bow and arrow, there it is. I've never done that myself. I actually like fly fishing. I'm not a big fisherman. I've done it my entire life and grew up doing it, but I'm not a big fisherman. Why? I don't know why. I just get bored. And if you're not catching any fish, it's not fun. Sometimes I just need to understand that boredom is good. Not really my forte to be bored. I don't like to be bored. But I don't play on electronics like the kids do, right? No, you take them off the electronics, instantly they're bored. No, I just don't like to sit on the couch and watch TV all day. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Fishing is kind of like watching paint dry sometimes. And we know that watching paint dry is boring. Am I right? The sunrise is beautiful. There is spearfishing for frogs in Florida. There we go. Try some noodling sometime. Go catch yourself some catfish with your arm. Don't think I'm going to do that. I hope you have a great Sunday today. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Sunshine. It's going to be warmer today. So sunny and 68. Like the perfect day. Yes, a little bit of a light breeze maybe will help to kind of keep you on the cool side. If you start getting hot working in the garden, in the yard today, just go step in some shade. That's where it feels amazing. Tomorrow, though, we're going to be pushing close to 80. And if you're joining on the app this morning, thanks for joining us here for Wake Up with Witcher Sunday edition. Tomorrow morning, we'll be back live at 6 a.m. to help you and your family get out the door. Remember, I'm on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and YouTube. You can put all those up on the big screen as you and the family get ready for work and for school for the week. And all the kids that are heading off to do some TCAP testing here, I think it's this next week. I think it is. Maybe I'm a week early. But if your kids are doing TCAP testing next week, now I'm just going to look at my calendar real quick because I know we've got it on the calendar. No, TCAP testing starts this week. So big shout out to all the kids doing TCAPs this week. Eat a good hearty breakfast. Take a deep breath. It's just a test. You've got a lot more of those along the way. A lot more along the way. Anyways, my friends, have a great Sunday. We'll see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher starting off at 6 a.m. Monday morning. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short. Cheers, my friends. Oh, and if you're watching on the app, I'll send you back to the 24-hour channel if you missed some of the forecast. All right, have a great day.